Hey everyone, it's Robin from Center Street Decor. So I'm going to bring you along today as I paint a bunny. I've got a darling bunny that I've already started base coating her, and I've showed her before when I did my um, Easter projects. I forgot even what it's called, but I'm going to be painting Betsy Bunny. In fact, I'm going to be painting two of them, but I've already got them base coated, just two coats of white. And then I finish the back as well, where I just rub on a little bit of brown paint just to give them a little bit of finish. But I'm going to bring you along as I paint her and all her darling accessories. So she's going to be so fun. So I'm going to flip you down, try to bring you down, see if I can get you straight so you can see. And then I can still see comments. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I've already base coated my two bunnies here, but I want to paint the inside of the ears, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a shadow, a shading painting on the edge. Let's move this tape. I'm not ready for this tape yet. So she's got some adorable accessories, lots of little carrots. She's got carrots, a carrot basket, and then she has a darling little bow that will go on up by her ear, and then she has two little carrots that's going to be attached to her little barrette, her barrette. So, okay, let me get my paint out. Shake it up a little bit. I'm going to get some of my pink paint. I haven't put this one in a bottle yet. I started putting a few of them in a few bottles because I do prefer them to be in a bottle. So let me get some of this tape because I'm going to need a few for her nose. So I'm just going to put those right there. And I'm just probably going to use a sponge to do her nose. Let me see what size I want to get. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday. So I have score lines around her ears so I can see where I need to paint. So we have almost all of our snow melted. Our snow is almost melted, and hopefully the flowers will start to pop up soon. But we actually had some snow yesterday. We woke up to snow, but I know it won't last long, which was a surprise to wake up to snow. Okay, he's painted. So I designed this bunny. She's one of the Easter collections of the designs. So she will be available in the shop. I will have a few as a finished product, and then I'll have a few in the shop as an SVG. So that might be a new term to some of you. So she'll be available as an SVG file. An SVG file is, since I am the designer of this project, of this cute bunny, so I am able to sell the file. So if anybody has a laser and would like to cut her out, I will have that file available in my Etsy shop. And then I'll be putting my other Easter files in the Etsy shop too. I've got the super cute chicks in there, the chicks, and then the other shelf sitter bunnies. They're going to be going in there too. Also as a SVG file. So if anybody loves the design and would like to cut them, with my designs, you can sell them for profit or sell the blanks. You cannot sell the file, of course, because you are purchasing the file to sell the blanks or sell finished product. But I will have some finished as well. So if you're not a maker and you're not a painter, then I'll have some finished ones as well. Okay, those are still a little bit wet, so let's come to my little nose. I think I will go ahead and just use the paint that's on my brush to paint these cute little noses for Betsy Bunny. And I thought, well, since I have two cut out, I thought I would go ahead and just do them both at the same time. I definitely hope to finish one of them on this live. I don't know if I'll finish both of them, but I wanted you to see it come together because it's so darling. Okay, still just a little bit wet, so let's set those aside and just let them dry on their own. She has an adorable little crate. Let me find my little pieces so I can show you how they go together. So here's the crate that's going to sit on her just like that. And then she's going to have these adorable little carrots that are going to sit inside the little crate. It's going to be so cute. So let's see, I've got bows to paint and I have carrots. So let's go ahead and do these bows. And I like to stick the tape down just so it holds my little piece in place. While I'm painting it. We're going to use this blue color to paint the bows. And this is the bottles. I like to put them in the bottles. So it's going to need a few coats since it's a light blue. Okay, let's let those dry. Let's come to our carrots. So we've got a bunch of carrots to cut, and then we have the teeny tiny carrots that are going to be on her barrette. Let's put those, stick them on here. I'm going to move this bow over so I have more room for my little carrots. Let's paint our bows. Our carrots. Paint our carrots. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I want to use my brush or if I want to use a sponge for our little baby carrots. They're so teeny tiny. We're just going to give them just a quick little coat of paint here. So I won't worry too much about the tops of the carrots because I'll come back to them and paint just a little bit of green on them. Just give them a quick coat. Paint. It will dry pretty quick once I do thin coats, it will dry pretty quick. And then we can do a second. Can't have a bunny without her carrots, right? And then on the little crate, there'll be a cute little tag. And I'm going to take my little poker tool and just kind of scrape out some of those lines there, just so they show up a little bit more. Got a little bit of paint in them. Come back to our little baby carrots again. And a second coat. These are already dry, so I'm going to go ahead and give them an extra coat of paint. Okay. One more coat on these other guys. Then we'll also do a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of shading on our carrots. Now just a little bit of the score lines. Just going to go over these little tiny ones just a little bit. One more time. See if there's any spots that need to be cleaned out so we can see all the detail of the carrots. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's come back to our, I think the ears are about dry. The inside of the ears, so we can paint that. I'm going to come back to our, let's come back to our bow. Let's put a little bit of paint on our bow. Let's paint from the inside out. And there are some score lines on top of this bow, but I'm not going to worry about them because, well, maybe I will do a little bit. Maybe I will scrape them a little bit. I was going to say they're not going to show, but they might show a little bit because we're going to have the carrots on them. But that's what's fun, is to show some of that detail. Okay. Paint, give one more quick coat to our ears on our bunnies. So far, I've just been kind of using that same brush. The same brush for all the painting. And I like to use an angled brush. I mostly use angled brushes when I paint. Okay, one more. Put my little reader glasses on. I had them on top of my head. Now I can see what I was doing. Well, I could before, but this just makes it that much clearer for me. My little reader glasses. I have several pairs all over the house. Okay, so those bunnies are ready to go. Let's see how these are. It's carrots. Carrots look pretty good because I'm going to give them a little bit of a shadow all the way around. You can see that my noses need another coat. Put some more on its noses. I think one more base coat is all this one might need right here on that sweet little nose. Okay, cute, cute, cute. Third coat on our little brick. Let's do a third coat on. Let's clean out these score lines. You can show all the little detail. I'm struggling with this one. Okay. Okay, we'll let that stay aside. Let's work on our little, these are going to be our crate that our sweet bunny is going to hold. And I am just going to take I have some brown paint here that I was using earlier when I was painting the back of them. And then I just have a wet wipe, baby wipe. So we're just going to use that just to go over this. Somebody's at the door. Can hear my doggies for sure. Okay, so I just kind of gave them just a rough go over. So it just doesn't give it a totally covered brown look, but it gives them just a little bit of kind of a wash look. Just, it's like I put a little paint on there and then I just kind of spread it around. Okay. Okay, I have my pieces. Let's put this aside and just let those just dry. Well, let's do a little bit of shading now. So we have our bunnies to shade, our carrots, our bunny nose, and then our hair bows. So let's work on our carrots. And I'm just going to use the same paint. I'm going to use this nutmeg brown. Just dip the corner of my brush in there and then just drag the paint a couple of times. It creates just a little bit of a shadow, just a little bit of a darker edge. And eventually your brush kind of runs out of water. So then I just need to pick up a little bit more water. Okay, just a little bit. I'm even going to do these teeny tiny bunnies over here too. I mean, not bunnies, teeny tiny carrots. Teeny tiny carrots. Just put some color on a little bit of one side. And then I'll do the opposite side of the big carrots. The small carrots, I'm going to put a little bit of white. With the big carrots, I thought I would just go ahead and do the dark on both sides. Just gives just a little bit of a subtle. I got water on that carrot. Okay, getting there, huh? I'll also do a little bit of shading on the nose. Let's see, I think I've got all sides. So let's go ahead and I'm going to bring the nose closer to me. This brush has lots of wetness on the outside. I need to hold this one because I'm trying to paint upside down. There we go. There we go. Let's see if these bows are dry too. And once we get all the shading done, I'm going to paint I got to paint the tops of the carrots too. I don't want to forget the carrots. Okay. I paint the tops of my carrots and then I'll shade our large bunnies that are over here. Let's paint them. I'm going to use this lighter green here. We'll just need a few coats of this lighter green too. Kind of quiet around here, huh? Kind of quiet. Okay, let's put some on these teeny tiny little carrots. A little bit of paint on these teeny tiny carrots. If you do a thin coat, it will dry quick. Thicker coats take a little longer to dry. So I usually try to do a thinner coat. But I find when I get in a hurry, I do a thick coat, which defeats the purpose of trying to be in a hurry when I'm painting. Whoa! Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue these together because I want to do some shading on our crate. So let's glue these together. Just going to match it down on the bottom of the sides. Oh, I just realized I didn't paint this one. So we will paint it. just darken this up just a little bit more. That paint is just about gone. Okay. Set those aside. Okay. Let's do a little bit of, see if these need another coat. I think they should be good. Let's do a little bit of a dark green. I'm just going to put a little bit of a dark green on them just to make a little bit of a shadow. And coat these just a little bit more with the light green. Put just a little bit on our little baby carrots, just a little bit of green. Sorry. Okay. Now let's give a little shadow to our bunny. And then we can put them together. This bunny is so cute because she has a little stand that she goes in. So she can stand up on a fireplace. Or she can stand up on a shelf. And I'll show you the stand in just a minute, as soon as I get her. Get the shadow on her. She's adorable. Let's do the inside of the bunny's ears. Oh, not liking it. Gotta get a baby wipe. Oh, well, this will work. Don't like it, wipe it off before it dries. And then do it again. Like that much better. Okay, there she is. So here is her stand that she will fit in. So these two pieces will be glued together, and then the bottom of her, will fit right inside of there. So she is pretty cute. Okay, let's put some cheeks on her. See if we're looking symmetrical here. Pretty good. And while I have the pink, I'm going to put the cheeks on this one. And then I'll do the shading a little bit later. There we go. Cute, cute. Cute, cute. Okay, let's do a little bit highlight. A little bit of highlight with this white. I'm going to just pour a little bit of white out. We're going to do just a little bit of highlighting on these carrots, these baby carrots. On the opposite side. Okay, and the other thing we're going to give a highlight to is we're going to highlight the tops. So this is the top and this is the top. I'm first going to do the black. I'm going to do black to give it a little shadow on the bottom. Make sure I got it on the bottom. Because one of these I painted, I started doing it just the opposite. Put the highlight on the bottom and then the shadow on the top, so I had to fix it. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to put a little highlight on the top of that. Let's let that dry a little bit. And we're going to use a fine liner. I can see where I put my fine liner. Here we go. Just do a little bit of fine lining on the bow. We'll do a little bit of fine lining on the nose as well. Okay. Bring the nose a little closer to me. We'll do a little highlight on the nose. Okay, I'll set those aside to dry. I think that was the only thing that we needed to do the fine lining on. Now let's do the shadowing, the highlighting, I should say. And we're almost ready to start doing some gluing, putting this together. Once you paint all the pieces, comes together with all the gluing. Sometimes if it goes too dark for me at the beginning, I just get a little bit of water. Okay. Set that aside. Okay, let's start putting her together. We've got our little teeny tiny baby carrots. And one is going to go on top of the other. Find my glue. And then I added a little bit of twine. So for me, I love all the little details. I love adding all the little accessories to our, like the ribbon, the jute, which is what we're going to use here. Just a little piece of jute. I'm actually going to use a really thin piece. So I'm going to take the jute and I'm going to pull it apart. So I have just a one little thin strip here. And we're just going to tie a knot around our two little tiny carrots. Let's take another thin piece and wrap it around our other two little carrots. We can also cut the strings shorter later, but I think that's a good length. And we have our cute little bow here. And we're going to add this. I'm actually going to use just a teeny tiny bit of hot glue and some of the stick fast. Sweet, huh? Isn't that cute? Love it. Okay, I just realized I forgot to paint my carrot. So let's take my carrot tag. I'm going to put some white paint in here. Just trying to get in all the letters. And then I'll take a baby wipe. And I'm carefully just going to go over the top. Set that aside to dry. And then we also have our little Betsy bunny tag. She is. Let's give some shadow to this. I was about to do white. White won't help us. Let's do the brown instead. Too much water in my paintbrush. And if you don't like it, wipe it off and do it again. Since I had too much water. Too much water in my brush. It's okay, easy fix. Wipe it off with a baby wipe before it dries. And you're good to go. There, Betsy Bunny. She is coming together. We'll let those dry. And this time I am going to use a sponge to go over the top of that. Our little carrot, since we wiped that white in there. I want to try to be real careful not to go inside of those engraved areas. So I'm just tapping really lightly over this tag. And with the smallest amount of paint that I can. There. Set that aside and let that dry. Okay, so we got her cute barrette ready. And here is the crate. It's going to go down here. But what I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this, this Excelsior, kind of like a raffia, but really thin. Sorry for all the crinkle noise. That's probably loud. So I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue and just squish a little bit in there. But I want it kind of thin because I have to put the carrots in there too. So this is where our piece is going to come alive. It takes a little bit of time to do the painting, but it's so fun. And now let's start to bring this bunny alive with all her fun little accessories. And we don't need a ton. We just want a little bit behind there. I think that's good. And then I just take my scissors and I cut off everything because I want it to fit really close to her body. So I don't want anything on the edges right there. The stuff will go all over the place, and that's okay. Cute, cute. It's going to come together. Wait till you see the carrots in our crate. It's going to be adorable. So there. So we'll have just a little bit of this, and it will look like straw. It will look like our carrots are sitting inside of straw. So then you have to kind of decide where you want your carrots to sit, how high you want them up. And I think I will put this carrot, I'm going to put a little bit more, I don't want that glue, I want hot glue. A little bit more of this right here at the bottom because I want to put one of the carrots up a little bit higher. Trying not to make the back of the bunny show. Okay, so this carrot, I want to bring it up just a little bit more. So I don't want to push it flush down. So I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. So that's what's happening so far. Oh, don't turn it over until it's glued, until it cools, or it will fall right off. Hey, Christine, how are you? It's taken me a while to paint this Betsy bunny, but hey, we're getting there. But she's cute. Okay, so I wanted the middle one up a little bit higher. So the other two carrots are going to go down probably at the bottom of the crate. So then one of the carrots will be sticking up. So just using hot glue to adhere it. That's easy enough. So then what I might need to do is trim a little bit more of this Excelsior straw, whatever you want to call it. Okay, those are, that hot glue is cooled now. But you don't want too much of the straw because you still want the highest point to be this piece of wood. And when I cut this out of wood, I used 1/4 inch for the crate, but I used 1/8 inch for my carrots. Okay, let's put this on our bunny. Okay. So what you need to remember to do is, because she's going to be on that stand, let's work on the stand for just a second. I'll put that aside. So what I usually do is, because our stand isn't glued together, you have to think about this before you glue your stand together. So I am going to put her, and because she has paint on her, it might take a second to get her in. Okay. I might need to sand, and she won't go in. Just sand the bottom a little bit. And what that does, it just gets rid of a little bit of paint. Okay, let's try again. Try again. Hi. Oh, could you run those things to the post office for me?
We got to meet that way at the restaurant.
Oh, we do? What time? At 5:30? Well, I might have to cut this short. My husband's like, you're taking too long. We got to go somewhere. So we're going out to dinner tonight to celebrate my birthday. So apparently I didn't know what time we were going. So I might have to finish this later, which I can because I'm struggling to get her in here. Okay. So yeah, so I might need to work with her a little bit later, because apparently we have to go and I have to run to the post office before they close, but it looks like they're going to close in like 5 minutes. So, okay, my dear friends, I'm going to have to work with this, figure out how to slide her on easier. And she slid on just fine, but once you paint it, it changes the thickness. So I might need to adjust that just a little bit more. Okay. See if I can pop her out. Okay, we're going to leave her. So here is Betsy Bunny, but she is going to be coming alive soon. So I'm going to try to hop on later and finish her. So I'll adjust my my Betsy Bunny so I can get her into the holes. But I hate to cut this live short, but I have to go. Surprisingly, I didn't realize we were going to be leaving so soon. But anyway, but we did her darling little carrot barrette, and then here's her tag. We'll do her bow when I come back, and then we have her little crate. So she's really coming together. She's going to be darling. So I will come on a little bit later and finish her up. Okay, everybody, have a good day, and I'll be back later. See you later. Bye.